Part 216. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2151. Chapter 2151. I said I fell in love with you. She had always felt that Mo Shixia was a gentleman. No matter how upright a man is, he is still a man. Unless he is abnormal. OK, Zhang Luli also knew that some things should not be overdone and should be done in moderation. Otherwise, if Mo Shixia was really aroused, there would be nothing she could do. She stopped in time. But you smell really good. Zhang Luli sniffed him like he was holding a fragrant toy. It smells really good. Mo Shixia, I like the scent of you. Why do you smell so good? Mo Shixia couldn't help but laugh. What kind of scent is on me? I don't know either, Zhang Luli said with certainty. Anyway, it's definitely not the aroma of shower gel, shampoo, or the perfume you use. I can't describe it. In short, it's very good. Smell. Zhang Luli forgot where she had read a sentence. The general idea is that when you like someone, you can smell a nice aroma from him. That aura is something that no one else has. Not everyone can smell it either. Only when you really like that person can you smell it on him. Because it was a smell that he himself would not smell. When Zhang Luli thought of this sentence, his heart thumped and beat hard. So, she fell in love with Mo Shixia. Although this was nothing surprising, when she suddenly realized it, her mood became subtle. She was pretty sure that she fell in love with Mo Shixia. But she didn't know how much she had sunk in. Mo Shixia, Zhang Luli called him dully. Yes, I'm here, a gentle voice came from above. I just discovered something. What's up? I found that I fell in love with you. Mo Shixia was stunned. What did you say? Zhang Luli raised his head and looked directly at him. I said I fell in love with you. That's why you have the smell that attracts me. Although I don't know how much I like you, I definitely like you. Mo Shixia, you know, when I was with you, I told myself that I must not like you. But, I still failed now. I didn't do it. Mo Shixia couldn't describe his mood for a while. Because it was his first time to meet a girl like Zhang Luli. When you like someone, you like him so openly. She liked him, so she told him directly. No beating around the bush. Her openness caught him a little off guard. I didn't expect that under such circumstances, she would suddenly confess her feelings. Although the two are already married and have a baby. But Mo Shixia was not sure that Zhang Luli liked him. Because their marriage is inherently different from that of normal people. Hey, why are you so nice to me? Zhang Luli kept saying. It's because you're so nice to me that I didn't control my heart and fell in love with you. I thought I could definitely control my feelings. It turns out that I'm not as powerful as I thought. Forget it, if you like it, just like it. It's not a shame to like someone anyway. Mo Shixia, don't think that because I like you, you can stop being so interested in me. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2152. Chapter 2152. This is the best surprise I have ever received. It turns out that I'm not as powerful as I thought. Forget it, if you like it, just like it. It's not a shame to like someone anyway. Mo Shixia, don't think that because I like you, you can stop being so interested in me. I'm telling you, I can like you, or I can dislike you. If you deal with me, I won't like you. Mo Shixia didn't say a word. He listened to her chattering non-stop, and from time to time she pretended to threaten him fiercely. He just felt that being young was really good. Cute and energetic. The youth and vitality in her are indeed something that older and more mature women do not have. It was also when he met Zhang Luli that Mo Shixia discovered that he actually liked such a girl. A cute and beautiful little girl. A little girl who is 10 years younger than him. He once thought that such a little girl would never have anything to do with his emotional world. "Hey, are you listening to me?" Zhang Luli muttered to himself for a while, but received no response. He frowned and raised his head dissatisfied. But she caught a glimpse of the man's clear and gentle eyes. There seemed to be a stream of light in Mo Shixio's eyes, flashing around his eyes, reflecting his cold eyes with a bright light. The tenderness in his eyes became clearer. Zhang Luli looked at him for a few seconds, and her chest seemed to be slightly hit by something. The force was not strong, but it made her heart unable to calm down for a long time. Shit. She heard her heartbeat beating wildly, and sighed in her heart that this man Mo Shixia was really alluring invisibly, and when he became gentle, he would really kill someone. Her heart almost stopped beating when he stared at her with such gentle eyes. "Yes, I heard it." Mo Shixia looked at her dumbfounded look and laughed softly. "I listened carefully to every word you said." "Luoli, have you finished speaking now?" "Huh?" Zhang Luli blinked. Mo Shixia reached out and touched her head, and said warmly, "If you have finished speaking, then let me speak. If you have not finished speaking, then you continue and I will listen to you." Zhang Luli. So, he was silent just now and was listening to her? Instead of ignoring her. Well, it seems she misunderstood him. "Well, I'm done." Zhang Luli nodded. "Okay, let me tell you now." Mo Shixio gently rubbed her head again, looked at her gently and said, "I'm sorry that I didn't respond to you properly when you said you liked me just now. I was just so surprised that I didn't know what to tell you. I think this is a very important thing, so I have to think carefully before answering you seriously. Now that I have thought about it, I can answer you. Luoli, I am really happy, glad you can fall in love with me. This is the best surprise I've ever received. You just said that just because you fell in love with me, I can't stop paying attention to you and start dealing with you. I want to say that your worries are absolutely unnecessary, and none of the things you said can happen. Knowing your thoughts, I will only cherish you even more. How could it be possible that I don't cherish you anymore?" End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2153. Chapter 2153. She was tempted only once. So you don't have to worry about these problems. Mo Shixio's voice was extremely gentle. "Whether you believe it or not, I will never let you down. You can raise your baby with peace of mind and don't bother thinking about impossible things. I will definitely take care of you. Good for you and our baby." Zhang Luli stared blankly at his handsome face. The tenderness between a man's brows and eyes made her heart beat again. He did not swear that he would be good to her and would not let her down, otherwise he would do whatever he wanted. But Zhang Luli just believed what he said. She just believed that Mo Shixia would not lie to her. If he really lied to her and failed to do what he promised her, then she would really make herself not like him. Even if it is a difficult thing. But if she makes up her mind, she will definitely do it. No matter how difficult it is, she will never be emotional towards him again. She trusts and is tempted only once. "Well, I believe you." Zhang Luli raised the corners of his lips slightly, hugged his thin waist, and gently rubbed his head on his chest. "Mo Shixia, I believe you won't lie to me." "Of course I won't lie to you." Mo Shixia looked down at the girl in his arms, feeling her attachment to him, and his voice softened twice. "Luoli, is what you just said true?" "Huh, which sentence?" "You said you fell in love with me." "It's true." Zhang Luli nodded. "I really like you. Don't you believe me?" "No, I just want to confirm again." "I'm afraid I misunderstood you." After Mo Shixia confirmed the girl's intention in his arms, his beautiful thin lips curved into a charming arc, and there was joy in his eyes. You didn't misunderstand. Zhang Luli raised his head, with a smile in his bright and moist eyes. He put his hand around his neck and said, Mo Shixiu, I really fell in love with you. I don't know when. I started to like you, but now I am sure that I like you. Yes, Mo Shixiu's eyes were gentle. Luoli, I'm really happy. Thank you for your love. I will cherish your kindness for the rest of my life. Of course you have to cherish it for the rest of your life. Zhang Luli tilted his head and said playfully, do you know how difficult it is to make me fall in love? If you don't cherish it, you will lose my love. And you will never get it again. Besides, it's not easy to meet a woman like me who has a good figure, good looks, and many talents. If you don't cherish her, you'll be hard to find even with a lantern in the future, do you know? When Mo Shixiu heard her praising him so much, he was too proud not to refute her and nodded cooperatively, yes, I understand. Zhang Luli shamelessly praised himself. After praising Mo Shixiu, not only did he not say anything, but he also cooperated with her so much. She felt a little embarrassed. Ahem, she covered her lips and coughed twice. Anyway, you have to be nice to me, you know. Mo Shixiu nodded again, with an honest look, I will be good to you. Well, just remember what you promised me in the future. Zhang Luli felt a little sleepy as she spoke. She couldn't help but yawned and said lazily, I'm sleepy, I want to sleep. Then go to sleep. Mo Shixiu knew that she was sleepy during pregnancy. Go to bed early and have a good sleep. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2154. Chapter 2154. Is this okay? I want a good night kiss. Zhang Luli looked up and moved her bright little face closer to him. Mo Shixiu curled his lips, lowered his head, and kissed her gently on the forehead. Good night. It's not here. Zhang Luli bit the corner of his lip. It's here. I want a good night kiss like this. After she finished speaking, she slightly pursed her red lips. Mo Shixiu was stunned for a moment. He looked at the girl's pouty red lips, with a fond smile in his eyes. He lowered his head and leaned over, kissing her gently on the lips. This kiss lasted for more than 10 seconds before it ended. When they separated, Zhang Luli's face was red. Obviously she took the initiative to ask for the kiss. But now she acts like a shy little girl. However, that kiss just now felt really good. What a gentle kiss. Zhang Luli liked the tenderness and love shown by Mo Shixiu when he kissed her. She could feel his special care for her from his kiss. Although many times, she takes the initiative and he is passive when it comes to intimacy with each other. But as long as she opens her mouth, Mo Shixiu will satisfy all her requests. Like a good night kiss every night. This is what she asked for. Zhang Luli felt that since they were already married and she planned to have a good relationship with him, it was necessary to cultivate the relationship between husband and wife. She doesn't like the respectful and guest-like relationship. Mo Shixiu met her requirements for choosing a spouse in every aspect. She married him again and became pregnant with his child. As expected, the two of them would be together for the rest of their lives. Even if they were to be together for a lifetime, it was impossible for Zhang Luli to be a superficial couple with this man. She wants to become a real couple with him. She wants the two of them to live together sweetly. Zhang Luli is the kind of person who will work hard for it once he sets a goal. Mo Shixiu's personality is relatively dull and introverted. If you expect him to take the initiative in some things, you can't expect too much. So she became the active party. Fortunately, although Mo Shixiu is not a proactive man, he will cooperate with her very well. So Zhang Luli felt that it was okay for her to take the initiative. The most fearful thing is giving without response. If she was the one taking the initiative from beginning to end, she probably wouldn't be able to hold on for long. Is this okay? Mo Shixiu said in a hoarse voice with a faint watermark on his thin lips. Yeah, Zhang Luli nodded, expressing satisfaction. That's it? Actually, she wanted more. But she also knew that it was better for her to behave herself now. If Mo Shixia really started a fire, she couldn't put out the fire for him. Well, then go to sleep. Mo Shixia touched her head and said, have a good dream. Then I'm going to sleep. Zhang Luli hugged his neck and put some pressure on her arms. When Mo Shixia lowered his head, she came close to his handsome face and kissed him. Good night to you too. Mo Shixia watched Zhang Luli fall asleep and turned off the lights in the bedroom. He lay down next to her, listening to her breathing slowly become shallow and even in the darkness. Almost half an hour later, after making sure that she had fallen asleep, Mo Shixia gently lifted the quilt and got out of bed very lightly. Asterisk. Mo Shixia walked out of the bedroom and gently closed the door. He walked towards the study room on the second floor. I just walked downstairs and met Sister Lin. Sir. Sister Lin stepped forward. Are you going to the study? Do you want me to prepare supper for you? End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2155. Chapter 2155. She felt distressed just looking at it. No, please prepare me a cup of coffee. Okay. Sister Lin was about to turn around and leave. After thinking for a while, she stopped and turned around and said, Sir, you'd better not work until too late. If you work overtime until early morning every day, your body will not be able to hold on for a long time. Living. I don't think you need to make yourself so tired every day just to make time for your wife. In fact, you can tell your wife that you are busy during this period and don't have much time to spend with her. You can spend time with her when you are done. My wife is a reasonable person. I believe she will not have any complaints. Mo Shixia's work has actually been very busy. After being with Zhang Luli, he seemed less busy. Because no matter how busy he is, he will still find time to spend time with her. Especially after Zhang Luli became pregnant, he went home almost every day. His life seems to be much more leisurely. After all, when he was busy in the past, it was common for him not to go home for 3 to 5 days, and sometimes even stay out for a month. But Sister Lin knows that he has no leisure time. He is still as busy as before, as busy as a top. Every day, after Zhang Luli fell asleep, he went to the study to work overtime. It's often 3 or 4 in the morning, and Sister Lin still sees the light in the study room on. She felt distressed just looking at it. How can it be possible to stay up all night like this every day? No matter how good your body is, it will not be able to survive for a long time. Mo Shixia knew that Sister Lin had good intentions. He smiled and said, Sister Lin, I know you care about me. But I know what to do about this matter, so don't worry about it anymore. Luoli is now it's a special period, and I would feel very sorry for her if I didn't have time to spend with her at this time. It doesn't matter if I'm a little tired, it's harder for her to be pregnant, so my tiredness is nothing compared to her. Sister Lin didn't know what to say for a while. Because what Mo Shixia said makes sense. She could only sigh silently in her heart. Zhang Luli was really happy to marry such a good man like her husband. He is good looking, has a good family background, has strong working ability, and he is also so good at caring for others. Women, what else do you want in this life? Isn't it just that you want to have someone who understands your coldness and hotness? Sir, that's what you said. Sister Lin was silent for a while, then nodded. It's just that you still have to pay attention to your body. Even for your wife, you can't make yourself too tired. Otherwise, something will happen to you if you are tired. Come, my wife will definitely feel distressed. Well, I'll pay attention. After Mo Shixia finished speaking, he turned and went to the study. Sister Lin stood at the top of the stairs and stared at his back in a daze for a while. Originally, she had something to tell Mo Shixia. But seeing that Mo Shixia was so busy, he didn't want to bother him with other things. Forget it, let's wait for some time before telling him. It's not a very important matter anyway. Asterisk. After the college entrance examination, Qiao Chen's results came out. His total score was much higher than the admission cutoff of the school he applied for, and he was admitted to that school without any suspense. After checking the results of the college entrance examination, Qiao Chen was no exception. On the other hand, Mo Xingshu, who was accompanying him to check his results, couldn't help but asked, Chen, are you sure you want to go to Z University? Mo Xingshu paused and said, Z University is not bad, but I think your scores can go to better places. I heard that several well-known foreign universities have already sent you admission notices, right? Dear little fairies, I'm sorry. Today's update is late. There is one more chapter being written, I will update it soon. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2156. Chapter 2156. I still stick to my decision. Yes, Qiao Chen nodded. Then what do you think? Those universities are much better than Z. It's better for you to go to any one than to study at a university in China. I think it's better for you to study abroad for a few years, and you can learn more outside. By increasing your knowledge and experience, it will be like plating you with a layer of gold when you come back later, and you will be able to convince more people when you join the company. The company after Mo Xingshu will be taken over by Qiao Chen. He needs Qiao Chen to have an outstanding academic qualification. Z Big is not a bad thing. Speaking of it, it is considered a very good university in the country, ranking among the top 5 best universities in the country. But the foreign universities that admitted Qiao Chen are not much better than Z University. One is among the top universities in China, and the other is among the top universities in the world. There is no comparison at all. Mo Xingshu doesn't really agree with Qiao Chen staying in China to study at university. Moreover, he has already received a recording notice from a well-known foreign university. Qiao Chen was silent for a while. Dad, those foreign universities are very good. I understand what you said, but I still want to go to Z University. Qiao Chen raised his head and looked at Mo Xingshu, his eyes firm, and said, I have decided to go to Z University. It was planned long ago. Sorry, I still stick to my own decision on this matter. Mo Xingshu was stunned for a moment, with an incomprehensible look on his face. Why? Obviously you can go to a better university and have better development. Why do you insist on going to Z University? Chen, may I know the reason? Is there any reason why you must do this? Qiao Chen pursed his lips, the young man's clear eyes flashed, and he was silent for a while. Dad, there is a big reason why I have to go to Z, but I don't want to say it. Qiao Chen didn't dodge his eyes, he looked directly at Mo Xingshu and nodded in recognition. This time, Mo Xingshu was silent. Qiao Chen had lived with him not long ago. Although the two were biological father and son, they had not lived together since childhood. Although there was some affection, it was much weaker than that of a normal father and son. Mo Xingshu has always wanted to make amends. It's just that Qiao Chen is a slow-moving person emotionally. So even if Mo Xingshu wanted to make up for it, he couldn't make it up all at once. Mo Xingshu was satisfied with Qiao Chen. This son looks like the woman he loves deeply. He is well behaved and sensible. He has good academic performance and a high level of understanding at work. Except for physical differences. But in 2 days, his body will be able to recover through surgery. From now on, he can safely hand over the company to Qiao Chen. Mo Xingshu originally thought that he would never have children in his life, so he made plans to hand over the company to his nephew. But Jiao Chen's sudden appearance was undoubtedly a huge surprise to him. Suddenly he had a son born to him by the woman he loved deeply. Mo Xingshu naturally loved Jiao Chen very much. He also had high hopes for Jiao Chen. Although he and his son have not been together for a short time, they still have some understanding. Jiao Chen is very similar to his mother. They all look like they are well behaved and obedient, but they are very independent-minded. Generally, others cannot easily change their minds about things they have decided by themselves. Thinking of this, even if Mo Xingshu felt it was a pity, he had to respect Jiao Chen's decision. Okay, Mo Xingshu sighed softly. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2157. Chapter 2157. He dreamed several times that she was back. Since you have decided, then follow your own wishes. But I think you can think about this matter again and don't make a decision in a hurry. Jiao Chen didn't reject him immediately. He nodded and said, Dad, I will consider it. Mo Xingshu nodded. How can I say that being named on the gold medal list is also a happy event? Do you want to celebrate? Jiao Chen thought for a while and said, then let's have a meal together as a family. There's no need to hold a special banquet or something. Well, Mo Xingshu said, then let's have a meal together as a family. By the way, your grandma has always been very concerned about your college entrance examination results. Now that the scores are out, you should tell her about it. Good. And the look on Mo Xingshu's face suddenly became a little lonely and sad. He was silent for a while before he said, tell your mother about it too. I believe she will be very happy to see that you are so promising. Jiao Chen was stunned for a moment, and then a trace of sadness appeared in his eyes. Shortly after he was born, he was separated from his mother. And this separation has never been seen again. But when he thinks of that poor woman, he still feels sad. Asterisk. Mo Xingshu stayed in Jiao Chen's room for a while and then left. Jiao Chen sat in front of the computer and looked at the college entrance examination results he had checked. After hesitating for a while, he picked up his mobile phone. He found a name from the address book. My fingers pressed on it, but I didn't actually press it down for a long time. He called me. What should I say? As we have agreed before, we will not disturb each other from now on. How would he explain to her how he got her new mobile phone number after he called her? But at this moment, the first person Jiao Chen thought of who could share his joy was her. When she left, she said she finally let him go. But she didn't know that she was willing to let him go, but he was not willing to let her go. He originally thought that after separation and not seeing each other for a while, some feelings might gradually fade away. But it doesn't. He missed her more and more. In the past, when she was here, he could see her at any time. So at that time, he didn't think about how his life would change if one day she was gone. Until she really left. Withdrawal from his life completely. It was only then that Jiao Chen truly felt how her leaving had changed him. Without her school, it seems that it is no longer the same school as before. Without her in the class, it seems that the atmosphere is no longer the same as before. He went to school every day and saw that the place where she once sat was empty, and his heart seemed to be empty too. Happiness no longer seems as easy as it used to be. The thing that he once thought was the least likely to be lost suddenly disappeared from his life. He just realized how unaccustomed he was. Until now, he has not gotten used to it. He had dreamed several times that she was back. She was still sitting next to him as before. As soon as he walked into the classroom, she waved to him with a smile. Good morning, Jiao Chen. Have you had breakfast? I brought it to you. Classmate Jiao Chen, the weather is really nice today. Have you had breakfast? If not, I'll treat you to it. Classmate Jiao Chen, although it rained today, It's still a sunny day in my heart. Do you know why? Because if you are well, it will be a sunny day, ha ha ha. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2158. Chapter 2158. Do you know who I am? Student Jiao Chen, did you look in the mirror when you got up this morning? Did you find that you are a little special today? I think you are very handsome today, ha ha ha. Classmate Jiao Chen, I'm so bored, why don't you talk to me for a while? Classmate Jiao Chen. There was a time in the past when he really found her annoying. Because during that time, she clung to him very tightly. As long as he was in school, no matter where he went, she would follow him. Even when he went to the bathroom, she would wait outside. During that time, Shen Xian was like a little tail, following him closely like a shadow. He was annoying her at that time. But now, he misses that time especially. The phone's ringtone suddenly rang, pulling Jiao Chen back from his memory. When he lowered his head and saw the name displayed on the screen of his mobile phone, he was stunned for a moment, staring at the two words that kept flashing on the screen of the mobile phone in surprise. After the bell rang 5 or 6 times, he came back to his senses. Just as I was about to pick it up, the ringing stopped. Looking at the phone number that showed it had been hung up, Jiao Chen didn't think much and immediately called back. When he called, the bell just rang once and the other party picked up. Jiao Chen, a soft voice came over. Jiao Chen's heart beat hard. He squeezed the phone tightly. After a while, he controlled his emotions and said, "It's me." "Jiao Chen, do you know who I am?" The girl's voice was soft, just like before. She seemed to have candy in her mouth when she said it, and her voice was sweet. Of course Jiao Chen knows. He has her mobile phone number. Her name was displayed above just now. Chen Xian. Jiao Chen softly called her name. Shen Xian was silent for a few seconds, and when she spoke again, there was a smile in her voice. "You know, when I called you, I was so afraid that you would ask me who I was and say you didn't know me. In that case, I would be embarrassed, ha ha ha. Fortunately, what I was worried about didn't happen, ha ha ha." At this moment, listening to Shen Xian's light laughter, Jiao Chen's mood suddenly improved. His mood seemed to be infected by her laughter and became much lighter. "How could that be?" He smiled and said, "I can hear your voice, how could I say I don't know you? I'm just worried there's a difference between the voice on the phone and in real life. Were you busy when I called you just now? Will I disturb you?" "No," Jiao Chen said hurriedly, "I was always idle." "That's good," Shen Xian said with a smile, "I'm just afraid of disturbing you." "Won't." After chatting for a while, both of them fell silent. After a while, Shen Xian's soft and sweet voice sounded again, "Jiao Chen, why don't you ask me why I'm calling you?" Jiao Chen immediately asked, "Why are you calling me? Didn't the scores come out today? I just wanted to ask how you did in the exam. However, since your academic performance is so good, you must be allowed to go to key universities." Jiao Chen laughed, "It's not bad, it's all expected. What about you?" "I think it's okay, it's to be expected. Shen Xian is not the kind of wealthy lady who only knows how to eat, drink and have fun. In fact, she eats, drinks, has fun, and studies very seriously. The 1 or 2 in the class have always been contracted by them." End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2159. Chapter 2159. He became the one chasing her. It looks like you did well on the exam. Have you decided where to fill in your first choice? Think about it. Didn't I tell you, I want to go to Z University? How big is Z? Xiao Chen pretended not to know anything. Well, Z University, the music department of Z University is the best in the country, so I want to go to Z University. What about you? Have you decided which school to attend? Xiao Chen hesitated and lied, I'm still thinking about it. Well, filling in the application form is also a major life event, and you need to think about it carefully, but based on your grades, you should probably go to university abroad. Just when Xiao Chen was about to speak, Shen Xian added, it's my sister's birthday in a few days, and I will go back to Yunqing to stay for a few days. Yu Qi and the others said that everyone can get together while I'm back, but they will all go their separate ways in the future. I don't know when I'll see you again. Will you go to that party? Xiao Chen was stunned for a moment. He knew the party Shen Xian was talking about, and he was also invited. He hasn't decided yet whether he wants to go. Hearing that Shen Xian said she was going back to Yunqing, the corners of his lips couldn't help but raise. Yes, I will go. When will you return to Yunqing? Are you going to attend that party? The day after tomorrow is my sister's birthday. I will come back the day after tomorrow. I will also go to the party. That's it. Xiao Chen's voice was faint, but the smile on his lips was getting deeper and deeper. Shen Xian waited for a while and said, Xiao Chen, let's see you at the party then. Xiao Chen was reluctant to hang up the phone. But he couldn't find any reason not to hang up. Thinking that Shen Xian would return to Yunqing in a few days and they would meet at the party, he said, okay, see you then. Then I died. Good. That's right. When she was about to hang up the phone, Shen Xian suddenly said again, Xiao Chen, we have a delicious snack here. Can I bring you some? Do you want it? Snack. Well, it's a kind of pastry that's not available in Yunqing. It's not very expensive. I'm thinking of bringing some to them. If you want it, I'll bring you one too if you're not interested. Okay, thank you. Before she could finish speaking, Xiao Chen immediately thanked her. No, you're welcome. Then I'll die. Good. This time, Shen Xian really hung up the phone. Xiao Chen felt a little empty as he listened to the disconnection sound coming from his cell phone. But thinking that Shen Xian would return to Yunqing in 3 days, he felt a little happier. He discovered something very funny. Once, it was Shen Xian who was running behind him. Now, everything seems to be reversed. He became the one pursuing her. He hid the big thing from her that he would go to Z, simply because he was afraid that if he told her, she would change her mind to other schools. At the beginning, she said she would never bother him again and would truly let him go. She pretty much did it all. After she left Yunqing, they basically had no contact again. But when she stopped chasing him, Xiao Chen didn't feel any relief. On the contrary, he was panicked and frightened. Because he is afraid that he will really lose her. From now on, he will never find a girl whose eyes are full of his. Asterisk. The two songs sung by Xiao Mian ranked first and second on the new music song lists of major platforms in just one day. Many people are amazed by her voice, and they shout in the comment area of the official blog every day to announce the singer. The official blog is as stable as Mount Tai, motionless. No matter how anxious the netizens are, they still don't even want to take a bath. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2160. Chapter 2160. The throat kissed by an angel. But the more this happens, the stronger the curiosity of netizens becomes. Many netizens have been analyzing in the comment area who the singer might be. But those people they guessed were all denied. Although no one has guessed that those two songs were sung by Xiao Mian, these two songs by Xiao Mian have already become popular. It only lasts for one day. Has already occupied the top 3 spots on many lists. She is not a professional singer. But this achievement is something that many professional singers cannot envy. It's not just netizens who are curious about who the singers of those two songs are. Even insiders like Zanbo and the others are curious. After recording The Meaning of Travel, Xiao Mian still kept in touch with Zhanbo and Sumufei, among which she had the most contact with Zhanbo. The two of them chat on WeChat from time to time, or like and comment on moments. So when Xiao Mian was checking WeChat moments and saw that Zanbo's moments had updated a song, and that song turned out to be her new song, she couldn't help but leave a comment to Zanbo. Posted by Zhanbo, a song that can completely calm people's hearts. It's a sound I like very much. I recommend everyone to listen to it. Xiao Mian's comment, "Do you like this song?" Zhanbo was probably bored. He was checking moments and replied to Xiao Mian instantly, "Well, this song is an episode of the TV series you starred in. Do you know who sang this song?" Xiao Mian hesitated and replied, "I probably know." Bai Yushen was initially afraid that if she signed her name as to who the singer was, black people would deliberately slander her. So I just kept it secret and didn't reveal who the singer was for a long time. Facts have proved that he made the right decision. Now because netizens don't know who the singer is, they have been discussing it. Xiao Mian's two songs are on the hot search almost 24 hours a day, and even the TV series that will be broadcast soon have also driven the popularity. Many netizens said that this was deliberately hyping up the popularity. But if it is deliberately hyping up the popularity, this wave of hype is undoubtedly very successful. According to Bai Yushen, a press conference will be held before the new drama is aired. At that time, reporters will definitely ask questions about this matter. At that time, Xiao Mian can be revealed as the singer. So Xiao Mian had to cooperate with him, and she could not reveal her identity as a singer before that. Xiao Mian will not tell netizens. But when Zhanbo asked, she had no intention of hiding it from Zhanbo. After she replied to Zhanbo like this, she quickly received a private message from Zhanbo. "Zanbo, do you know who sang those two songs? Who is it? Tell me quickly. I'm so curious." Xiao Mian did not answer him immediately, but asked, "Do you like the song this person sings very much?" Zanbo, "Well, I think her throat must have been kissed by an angel. It's been a long time since she heard such a soul-touching singing voice. Is this a newbie? Is there a team trying to hype her up? Why hasn't she been announced yet?" Xiao Mian. An acquaintance praised her for having a voice kissed by an angel, and she was praised for it. She suddenly felt goosebumps all over the floor. Although this is a compliment to her, she felt that if Zhanbo knew about it and really wanted to do it, he would probably have goosebumps all over his body. Xiao Mian, in fact, the singer is someone you know. Zanbo? Someone I know? Who? How come I didn't know anyone I knew could sing so well? End of this chapter.